Hey everyone, Xander's here. We're back with some more Sun and Moon goodness, and, well, actually, this video is very much about the good things that Pokemon Sun and Moon did. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that Gen 7 did compared to previous generations, and I want to highlight that here today. So I'm going to talk about my 4 positives for Sun and Moon. Number 1, regional variants. Yeah, I was really happy they did this. Again, I had stated I've been wanting that kind of thing for a while, and they finally did it. And I think it worked really well in execution. You get some really interesting takes on old favorites. You can actually add a lot to the metagame this way without really having to expand the Pokedex number. And I think that would actually help with the ever-inflating balloon that is the Pokedex numbers. I mean, what, 802 now? Ooh, we're going to hit that 1,000 mark really quick. I think this is a great way to still put in new Pokemon without having to put in over 100 new Pokemon by adding in variations of old favorites. And the focus on Gen 1 kind of fits considering the 20th anniversary. I think it works in bringing in more of the older audience that maybe went away, and now they can come back and see some old favorites with a fresh coat of paint. I mean, me personally, I love the new Marowak. I love the new Raichu. There really weren't any region changes that I didn't like when it came to the regional forms. Yeah, overall, a great idea, executed really well. It wasn't just good on paper. And I want to see more of them in future generations. I hope this is something that stays around. I don't want this to be just like, oh, it's just going to be in Gen 7 and Alola, and nowhere else in the world do we have regional variation, because we can't have, you know, actual evolutionary science involved in our games, even mildly. Number 2, the Island Challenge. I was very concerned at first when it was said that there would not be gyms in Gen 7, that they were going away from the staple. I really did have concern, and a lot of people did. Luckily for us, it turned out great. I think this was a change in the right direction for Pokemon to kind of keep relevant. Yeah, the gym system stuff is still awesome. I would still like to see it come back in the future. But if we got to see more stuff like this, I think that'd be a great thing. It ties in really well with this story specifically, but I don't see why it couldn't be executed in later games down the line. I mean, you get to do more as far as, you know, a challenge. It gives you a better way to kind of periodically increase your skill and increase the difficulty, and to introduce new Pokemon and new characters, and gives you something to do aside from just, you know, go fight this person. Here's a piece of metal. Go fight next person. Here's a piece of metal. At least here, it's doing something a little bit different each time, and it's like its own little mini story within the story. It's kind of cool. I kind of wish that we got badges still a little bit, but getting a Z Crystal for each fight is kind of the same as getting a badge, so I'm going to let it pass for this one. But if they do bring back this kind of concept again in later generations, badges are still a cool thing. I think they're fun, and I like looking at the new designs. But I like the Island Challenge. I had a great time with it. I was always excited to see what the next captain was, or to see the next kahuna, and to see how I was going to go about getting my next Z Crystal. Because it wasn't always a battle. Well, at least not always a battle with the captain. You always had a battle with the kahuna. The totem Pokemon battles were fantastic. So overall, the Island Challenge, the whole way it was handled, was pretty grade A for me. I like it. I want more of it. Get on it, Game Freak. Number 3, the main story and characters. Yeah, I'm kind of cheating on this because I'm kind of putting 2 things in one category, but really, you can't have a good story without good characters, and really it's hard to have good characters without a good story for them to be in. So I figured this is kind of a good tandem. And frankly, this has been the best overall story I think I've seen in any generation of Pokemon. It's certainly one of the most coherent from beginning to end. And frankly, the stakes kind of keep getting raised as you go on, and it has a nice little cooldown period. I liked all the characters. It had a bigger cast of characters. This is why it's more interesting to me. It's not just you, your rival, the professor, and the champion. It's usually your 4 main focuses in your games. Sometimes you have the focus, and you also have to focus on the villain team. Sure, maybe the main lead villain person, but that's it. You don't really have a big cast here. You have all the trial captains, you have all the kahunas, you have all of the characters involved around your own character, whether it's the rival or your friends or the professor, and then you've got your rival, and then you've got more than one rival in this game, technically speaking. And the villains are interesting and fun, and everything felt like a big, coherent world for the first time, really, in a long time in these games. I find myself really enjoying the characters and wanting to talk to them. I love seeing characters from early on come back, whether to make a cameo or have some part in the later part of the story. It was great, and it really highlighted the aspect of growth to the game for your character. And for other characters, really. Yeah, the main story and the characters were great. I really don't have much more to say. I want this to be another thing that continues going forward. Pokemon's growing up. Yes, there's always going to be new players. There's always going to be new kids that are discovering this. But a lot of the fans are getting older. I mean, I'm going to be 30 in March. I still play Pokemon. It's nice to see something that's kind of changing with me a little bit more now. I mean, I can still go back and play the old ones and have fun, but it's nice to have a good narrative. I like a good story. I like a good hero's journey. This was a pretty decent hero's journey. So, yeah, let's keep this up. Keep making it a little bit more mature without having to go dark and gritty. Don't do that, Pokemon. That'd be bad. I want to talk about the good things here. And finally, number 4, the post-game. Can you tell me the last time there was a good post-game in Pokemon? I can tell you when. It's called Pokemon Gold and Silver. Yeah, the Gen 2 games, even their Gen 4 remix, whatever one you choose, Gen 2 was the last time that there was a good post-game. It's hard to really think about that, but think about this. After you beat the Elite Four in Gen 3, what'd you have? Battle Frontier, maybe? That's it. After you beat the Elite Four, Gen 4, what'd you have? Not much there. Gen 5? Well, you had the World Tournament, maybe. Gen 6? Yeah, not really much of a story on the after end on that one. But Gen 7? They actually give you something to do. First of all, you get a whole mission to go up and hunt down the Ultra Beasts. It's kind of cool. You gotta go on these certain areas, you gotta hunt them down. You're working with Looker and his new boss in a certain department for this mission. And there's people that come back from the main story to be involved with this post-story. And it's still tied into the main story. This is a continuation of the main story in the post-game. It's kind of cool. And it's a chance to expand your Pokedex with more interesting Pokemon. Yeah, I loved the aspect of the Ultra Beast hunt. I like the story that was around it. After that, there's the battle tree. 100 battles to get to the boss, which is, well, red and blue. Yeah, the protagonist and rival from the first games are back as end bosses in the battle tree. The last time red was kind of an end boss was Gen 2. Again, the game that has arguably the best kind of post-game in the series overall. But Gen 7 to me comes pretty damn close. I mean, it's not a whole new region that you get to kind of play around in, like with Gen 2, where you get to go back to Kanto and 8 more badges, plus fighting your former rival. But it's kind of cool to have this, battle tree added on there. Plus you have this nice post-story with the Ultra Beasts. And the other cool thing that you can do after being Elite Four and becoming champion is you go back and you can fight the Elite Four. But unlike every other game in this series, instead of refighting the champion, you get to defend your title as champion against a nice little, revolving door of trainers. Yeah, you get to be the champion in the post game and not have to keep fighting the champion over and over again. You get to defend. You can defend it against your rival, both of your rivals. You can defend it against a Kahuna. You can defend it against a random trainer, a couple of random trainers, one from another region we don't know where. And you get to defend against Kukui. That's kind of cool. That's something you've never done before in a Pokemon game. So yeah, the post game in Gen 7 is great, and I really can't stop gushing over it. I loved going through it. I didn't find it a drag. I wasn't bored. I mean, I can't have gotten far in the battle tree yet. Gotta work on that one. But overall, the concept works. I just hope it doesn't cheat like Gen 6 did with their battle names and stuff. 'Cause, man, when you got to that, it cheated. It cheated so bad in Gen 6. X and Y. Hated dealing with that. But in this, it's tough, but it's fair. At least as far as I've seen. So again, love post game in Gen 7. Good job, Game Freak. Fantastic job. And that's it for my positives for Sun and Moon. Did you have other things you thought were really positive about these games? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't worry, we're not done talking about these games just yet. I've got a little bit more to say. Though it's not necessarily going to be nice things to say. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed yourself. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter @Xandros, and feel free to come talk with me and discuss whatever you want to talk about. So until the next video, my name is Xandros, and I'll see you in the next one.